welcome one and all. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Welcome to Options Explained. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please go ahead and type the number 1 or yes if you want to in the questions comments box. That would be fantastic. Nothing worse than talking to myself for the next hour and having no one else be able to hear a word that I'm saying. So by all means do. All right, I appreciate it. Hey, Voodoo, how you doing? All right. Thank you so very much. All right, we're getting ready to get started here with an open, guys. So I wanted to take a quick look first at the ES. For those of you that are not familiar with this position, this is the futures for the S&P 500 on TradeStation. Ampersand, the @ ES will give you a continuous contract. And you can see from last night where we closed up, right? And where we closed up, where the day closed up would have been at 6 p.m. So we're back over here somewhere. We had this big drop off overnight. Okay. Here's our 6 p.m. Sorry, my bad. Here's our 6 p.m. We had this big drop off overnight come down here into the wee hours of the morning. We climbed back up, and through Europe, we just had this, the European Open, we just had this kind of sloshy going on. Only from about 8:15, 8:30-ish this morning, we've started to see some nice recovery. We've gained back just about everything on the S&P 500 now from where we were. Actually, I think we finally broke through in the last 5 minutes on recovering everything from the overnight session. So strength has picked up into the market as we're getting ready to open up here. If we look out at some of the other major markets, here's crude oil at sign CL, right? Same scenario, guys. We had a nice little move up, and we just opened up. We had a nice little move up on crude. And if we look at gold has been in a tear to the downside. Now, these are 5-minute charts. So you can see in the last 5 or 6 days, we've had that overall bearish move. So that's really directional where we're looking at for gold down. So we're looking at the Dow is up about 10 right now. The NASDAQ is down about 34, and the S&P is down 2 points. We probably don't have everybody quite open yet, which is why we're still showing those numbers. But we've got some climb going on in the futures. So with that, let's go look at our markets and start off there first with what we're seeing. So first off, let me take you to this chart here, which will give us all of my Fibonacci levels are drawn on this setup here in this scenario. This charting service that I use called Omega Charts. And let me take it in a bit more. Okay. So here's yesterday's bar, right? 616. We had this huge push to the downside. We bounced off of the top of this blue box I have drawn here, which is a health area or a strength area. So it bounced off that 4,200 level. We've got 4191 and 4181 are key levels in there as well. And closed just below the moving average, which was at 42.3260 was where our 8 moving average was yesterday. So if we look this morning, we're at 42.23 and a half right now. So we're still down a little bit from where we were. Futures are showing a bullish move where the index is still pushing down. There's not an equilibrium of exact penny to penny. Remember, the futures had been open. The indexes are just opening up now. We're waiting for all of the 500-ish stocks to open up in the S&P 500 today. Right? But overall, we're starting to see some recovery in the candle from where we opened right at 9:30 this morning. All right? Let's see. Ding, ding, ding. Exactly. Thinking about it, so can you sell puts or calls on margin without having enough to cover the notional value? You could sell puts. You could sell puts with less money. You need to have a maintenance margin in there, which is usually 25 to 50%, depending on your broker, of the put value of the strike price. So if you sold 100, you're going to need $25 to $50 per share per contract. Naked calls, if naked, I'm assuming you're talking about uncovered. Uncovered calls, they're probably not going to let you do it, period. Most brokers will not, especially with a smaller account. They just won't give someone the access to it. But we could talk about some of those as we go through this morning. All right, so let's see. I've got a couple of candidates I want to look at as the market is going here. So let's do this. Let's take a look at some directional stuff. I want to look at GameStop right away. Right. So GameStop's kind of flat. Why do I want to look at GameStop? Because I am looking at selling naked puts on GameStop on GME. We'll see if we can get any value for them at all for this week's options. So on GameStop, all right, I am looking at that 157 level as a major area of support. I've got one line in between there, which is the 193.50. There is a confluence of the 55 moving average there. But if we can hold above that 157 level, right, we've had a lot of strength in there. We broke through a little bit, but I think 150 is a good key area to concentrate on. So I'm looking at the June 18th options. I'm looking at the 150 puts right now. Right? I could sell that 150 put right now. It's trading at 25 by 30. They do trade in pennies. So I can negotiate it at 27 cents, right? And it's dropping a little bit, which means we may be getting a little bit of a climb on the value of GameStop. But I am a big fan of this at this point. So we just go ahead and put it in at one contract, right? And this is all going in as, I've already got these guys. I'm already in GameStop. So I'm not adding to my account. All the stuff we're talking about are either trades I'm in or trades I'm looking at entering now. So we're looking at the 150s are paying 24 cents. If I go at the natural price and we place the order, get really good at reading this out loud. Don't just place your orders without reading them first, right? The 150 short put at 24-cent limit, sell to open 100. Oh, wait a second, 100 contracts? I would have done something wrong. I would have caught that. Verbally, you are not just reading it with which you're using just 1 cent. You're using 3. You're reading it with your eyes, you're speaking it out loud with your mouth, and you're hearing it with your ears. You've got 3 times the ability to catch something than if you're just reading it with your eyes. And if you read like I do, I read what I think it's supposed to say instead of what it really says. So we're going to sell the 150 puts for the day at 24 cents. Right now, they've gone up a little bit, 25 by 30. Just going to leave it at the 24. Order filled. And we got filled at 24 cents. Okay. So we're good to go. As long as GameStop stays above $150 come tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern, we get to keep that 24 cents per share. But Rob, it's such a small dollar amount. It's not. You've got to look at rate of return, right? You've got to ask yourself, what are the odds of GameStop getting to that $150 strike price? Right? It has a theta of 2. It's a negative, but it doesn't matter negative or positive. Negative just says that it is a put. A theta of -2 or 2 tells me that there's a 2% chance that GameStop could ever get down to $150. And keep in mind, this is for tomorrow. You've only got 2 days, today and tomorrow, to be concerned with this. If you want to go further out, we can. We could look at next week's options and look at the same 150. I could pick up $1.50 on that with a 5% chance of being wrong in that trade. Now, in reality, I would not trade this at the bid price. Normally, I don't ever trade at the bid price. I would go ahead and click sell. I always change to one contract when we do examples just for the purpose of seeing it. I would look at the mid price, which literally splits the bid and ask in half. And that's where my order goes in at. Unless I really have to get in this trade, I'm always going to negotiate my position getting into the trade. I'm always going to look to negotiate whenever possible. Unless, again, I have to get in or have to get out, which normally I don't. Normally I'm okay. If I don't get the trade, I'm good. So if we look to put this order in place, sell to open 1 GameStop, right? The 25th of June, 21, 150 put at $1.61 estimated price or $161 of profit on this trade. Now, as we're talking, numbers are changing, right? The market's moving around, right? I'll leave this one alone and put it in, and we'll look, see what's happened in the conversation. We've already dropped 10 cents. We're at basically where our bid is where we're at on what the midpoint was. Right? I'll put that order in place. We'll see if we get filled on it. The goal here was to explain the put itself. We already did one for this week. I like I like picking the premium up here. We took in 24 cents. It's already down at 21. Right? That's how quickly you can see these options move in your favor. Keeping in mind, they expire mañana, tomorrow. Sure, BT. If we have time, we'll definitely get to that. All right. So that's the first one. The next one is AMC. I am a tremendous AMC fan and GameStop right now with what's going on in the market. What are we looking at? If I could get something down about that $40 level as far as a naked put, I am very excited about it. And some of you may be asking, well, Rob, why don't you just buy a call? Why bother buy the stock, buy a call? Why bother doing anything right now with short put when only taking in that 24 cents? Because if I buy a call and it takes off, look at how much I'll make. Well, you know what? You're right. But I used a word in there, a phrase in there, a word that you've got to be careful of. If it does this, if it takes off, there's no guarantee that it takes off, right? We are in a very volatile position. Right now, what are we seeing? Lower highs, higher lows. We're in some formation of a wedge pattern. Where it goes from here, I have no idea, right? This is not a technical play. This is a Reddit play, a Wall Street Bets play, a meme play, whatever you want to call it. This is not a typical trading trade that I would look to take as a directional fashion. Right, JR, time is working against you. Time is working against you if you are a buyer on this. As a seller, time is in my favor. AMC to the moon, baby. Maybe. Hi, stocks. You may be right. I am not saying you are wrong at all. At all. Heck, look at last week. The CEO came out and said, yeah, we're really not a good buy at this price. Actually, we're so much not a good buy at this price. We're selling some of our own stock. Every major executive have put orders in to sell their shares, some of their shares, and get rid of them. Now, do I blame them? You were trading at $8. Now you're at 50. Sell. Sell. Talk about building wealth. This isn't, well, I'm the captain of the ship. I'm going to stay to the very end. Good for you. I'm not. I'm going to rack in as much premium as I possibly can in that short period of time. Right? So I don't fault them, but that's how much has happened out there, and we're still in a place that the markets are still accepting it at these prices. So if we could find something on AMC under this $40-ish level, I would like it very much. So let's see. If we bring an option chain up, here's AMC. Let's go look at, I'll show you the month first. So you can see that this is the one that expires tomorrow. And we look at the 40s. Not bad. I've got 26 cents I could take in on the 40s. It's got a -5 delta, which means there's a 5% chance this stock closes below $40 come tomorrow. Right? Am I saying that it won't? No. Remember, there's a chance that it will. But if I can place a trade and have a 95% chance of being right, to me, I'll take that all day long. All day long, right? So let's go ahead, set this one up. All right, we're looking at the 40s. Let's go click sell. I like that. 26 by 7 is where we were. I always want to see the actual option chain next to my order screen so I can confirm that nothing is changing in there as I'm ready to place this trade. If all of a sudden this option goes to 35 cents and I was only going to put it in at 26, I'm going to click no and go back, right? So we're trying to put it in at 26 cents right now. We've backed off of that number a little. We're going to put it out there and see what happens. I'm not going to chase it. So we're going to go short the $40 put at 26 cents, sell to open 1 AMC, the 18th of June, 2021, $40 put at 26 cents or $26, right?
Order filled.
All right. So I didn't chase it. If you heard my system, it said order filled. If you look over -1 to show that we have actually been filled on that position, right? Exactly, JR. It's like free cash. Exactly. I am a huge fan of this strategy. I wish I would have focused on these strategies as a brand new trader instead of directional strategies. Can you build your account as quickly with these strategies as you can with directional? No. But if your directional trade, if you have a 70 delta or 65 delta, that still means you have 35, 30, 40% chance of being wrong in that trade. Where on this trade, I'm looking at a 5 and 18 or 20% chance of being wrong. On a traditional trade, I have a much better chance of being right. So I'll make smaller numbers. I'm the base hitter when it comes to this type of trade. I'm the base hitter. I'm not the home run king, right? As a base hitter, I'll get a higher batting average than a home run king normally, right? I'll get in the Hall of Fame easier. I'll have another zero in my paycheck. See where I'm coming from with this? I will play the game longer if I have consistent profits in the trade. Managing the trade absolutely comes down to it. You've got to manage the position. Must manage it. So JR said, why not the 50 strike with bigger premium? JR, it comes down to risk profile. Why did I not choose the 50? Well, if you look, just a week ago, we were down at 40. I don't want to have that move 10, and that was all at once. JR, we went from $48 down to $40, $41 in one day. I don't want to be on the wrong side of that position. If we get that far down, I have a confluence of my 21 moving average in there. So there's a lot of strength at that level. Not that the 50 won't hold. Actually, 50 puts us above this line. So you still take some risk on. But if we look at 50, let's use it as an example. Let's look this week, right? If we look at the 50, you've got a 31% chance, 30%, it's getting better for you. The odds are in your favor. You got a 30% chance of the trade going against you. Not that you can't do it. It just comes down to your risk profile. There's a reason, JR, and for everybody, that I've been able to stay in this game since 1997 is because I don't chase huge premiums. I don't chase the big trade. Have I missed out on a bunch? Absolutely, without a doubt. Have I lost on some trades? Yes. Somebody told me once that until you've lost $50,000 in the market, you haven't learned how to trade. So what did I do? I went ahead and did it all in one trade. Not on purpose, I promise you that. I knew better. I knew the rules. I knew I should have gotten out. I knew I shouldn't even have taken that trade. But man, it was skyrocketing. We actually just did a video on that trade loss not long ago. It should hit our YouTube channel shortly. But we just did a video on that. 50 grand back in 1998, 90. That one was in 2000. I did two of them that were 50 grand or above that went against me. I have learned my lesson on trading within my risk profile. And for me, 40 is a better risk for me than 50. Can I trade the 50? Can you still make money? Oh, yeah, sure. As long as it stays above $50 come Friday. Right? Let's look at next week's. If some of you say, man, that 25 cents, you're killing me with these small numbers. Hey, man, let's go look. Look at the 50 for next week. But you got a 36% chance of being wrong. If we go to the 40s, you're looking at $1.86 with a 16% chance of the trade going against you. So this is on an aggressive trade like a GameStop and an AMC. But if I were doing a regular selling a naked put, I'd be looking for a 20 delta. So the worst I would go to is the 42. That would be the absolute lowest I would be willing to, highest rather, I'd be willing to go on this put would be to sell the $42 put at a 20 delta because I have a 20% chance of being wrong. That is a normal position. With the news-driven positions, I'm looking at the chart to help me understand. Besides the fact, we'll do a little Fibonacci lesson. When you are looking at fibs, each fib line, now keep something in mind. I don't draw all of these lines in here. I drew off of that bottom right in there and that top right in there. These other lines are drawn automatically. Each line is one standard deviation, right? By the time you make a two-line move, you're at 90. Guys, help me out. I don't remember statistically. It's either 93 or 96-ish % of all data points have been exhausted. So there's a very small chance of getting below there. And hence, what was our delta? Somewhere between 2 and 5 on those trades. So that's part of why we're going where we go. Okay, so that guy says, what are some plays if I can't sell naked puts and I don't have collateral? So instead of a trade like this, let's look at a Telray. Now I have a short position on Telray. I'm slightly underwater on it, on this position, but not by much. I've got the 18 half sold, not by much on it. I'm managing that position out and through tomorrow. So would you want to trade a Telray? Well, look at the move that Telray has made. Once again, to try to go directionally on this position, you're pushing the envelope just a little bit on this trade, right? As trying to pick a directional, like buying a call or buying a put, right? Directionally. Where selling a position, selling a put is always a better trade to me with craziness. Now, on Telray, you may not get a lot of premium on Telray. All right, so let's look at, well, how do we capitalize that? How do we capitalize? Let's see. How is American Express? Oh, wrong key. How about American Express? Let's try it again. All right, there we go. Okay. So what happens when you hit the wrong number and you've got recording software and everything else going on in here. Come on. All right, there we go. Look at that move American Express has made. Man, credit cards are raking it in, right? Great move. I like American Express. It's down a little bit today. It's actually up 28 cents. It's down from its high of where it was today. The candle's black. So intraday, the candle is down from where it opened. If we get a small move to the upside, I would like to do a trade on this. If I go to buy a position on American Express, watch. We go to American Express first. Okay. And let's look at AXP. All right, 5-minute chart on AXP. Let's bring up the option chain. I don't need all those strike prices. It's too much craziness there. Here's what I'm going to do. If I wanted to buy a call, I thought it was going up for the next day or two, and I wanted to buy a call, I would be looking at buying the $80 strike for tomorrow as a day trade. In and out today, I would pay $2.78 on the worst end of it, right? If I paid the actual ask price. I'm bullish on it. I have really nice open interest, 740 on the open interest. A little bit of volume today, nothing crazy. All right, but this is a day trade. So I could do this day trade for, call it 280, right? If I were going and looking at a directional trade, a swing trade, I want to see about 30 days. I've got a 29-day monthly option in there. So I'm coming over here. I've got a 69 delta. I've got 1,619 contracts, and I'm going to spend about $4 and, 405 is the midpoint. That's where I go after is the mid, right? So I'm going to spend 405 on that trade. All right, still really not bad. That means $405 you'd have to spend on this position. The question you have to ask yourself is, where do you see it going to? Right? If we break above that 166.50 level, all right, let me put another line in here. We've got to split that level. So I need a negative 50. Negative 0.5. Okay. If we get above the 166.5, we're going to 171. Every dollar the stock moves, so call it 167 to 171 just to make it easy numbers. That's $4. Every dollar the stock moves, the option will move about 70 cents. Okay? So $4, you're not going to get it all. Say you get 3. You got about a $2 move on a $7 investment, right? For going 29 days out. Now, if you look at that and say, I'm not a day trader, and then you look at that and say, I'm not sure if I think that we're going to hit that level by a month from now, the other type of trade that you could consider is a diagonal spread. I know someone had asked about spreads in there earlier, but a diagonal spread. And here's what I do for a diagonal. I'm looking for at least 120 days. Ironically, we have exactly 120 days. I'm going to buy that option at $15.10, 69 delta. All right, so here's what we do. We go ahead and we buy this. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to sell. We're not going to sell this week. We're going to sell next week's. We're going to look for about a 40 delta. Here I've got a 33. I'm going to sell this one. So if I go ahead and drop this down to one contract, I am putting $13.83 in this trade. And here's what I am saying. If the stock stays below 167.5, stays below there, I keep the premium from the 167.5 strike. That would be the $1.28, $1.40, whatever it is. I keep that. And then I still own this option way out here in October, the 155. But if it goes up above and somebody takes it away, they have the right to buy it from me at 167.5. I have the right to buy it from somebody else at 155, and I don't need the cash for it. If you do it the next day, which your broker will insist you do, either that or bring cash into the account. If you do it the next day, you never have to actually buy the equity. It is automatic that it is just a covering of a position. You're not required to buy it. So I've got 155 to 167.50 is $12.50 of profit in there if the position gets taken away. But I spent $13.83. See, correct, you did. So $12.50, you got about $1.25 you're underwater. So what does that mean? If I go ahead and do this one more week, I'm going to break even on that. And then if I can do it week after week and just bring in a rental check. I want you to look at this. It's called the poor man's covered call, is what it is. It's a diagonal spread. I want you to look at this as an opportunity to step into the market and collect rental income week after week. Could be monthly, depending on the position, but I only do them on weeklies. Week after week. This is one of my favorite trades in my personal IRA account. The only thing I do in there, my IRAs, my 401ks, are covered calls, naked puts, which are puts for cash in an IRA, diagonal spreads. That's it. Those three trades are what I do. That's it. That's all. I don't go after the big directional trades. That is in my non-IRA account. My IRA account, if I can generate, well, let me ask you this. If you can generate 3% a month, and some of you going, oh my God, Rob, I want so much more than that. Well, I want more, but it's not going to happen. Okay. I want to eat chocolate all day long. That's a problem already for me, right? It's not going to happen. I'd like to, but I'm not going to do it. If I can generate 3% a month, does anybody know how long it takes to double your account at 3% a month? So you're probably hearing it a few seconds delayed. It is 2 years to double your account. Rule of 72. What does it take to get to 72? 3 gets to 72 in 2 years. 2 years to double your account. Not bad. What are some good stocks to consistently sell puts in over and over again? You know, who asked that? Go back and see. Scott, I don't have a set list of here's what I do. Inside, there's a reason I use the charting service that I do, Omega Charts, right? Inside of Omega Charts, I have the ability to build a filter and it finds me new candidates every day. And it finds them based on my criteria. Let me just do this here. Naked puts, I've got 82 symbols show up in my naked puts list. I have to go and manually then look at the chart. I mean, I like that chart. I like that a lot, right? It's ADT, it's $11.56. Is it a good one? I don't know. Let's go and take this out. And let's go back here, put in ADT. Can I get enough premium to make it worth my while? Is really what it comes down to. So we go to ADT. Let me go ahead and get rid of this. Oh, we're not going to get anything for the 1 day on $11 stock. So ADT, I've got nothing on ADT. So the pattern is good, but it's not giving me any premium. It's weird that everything is 0 by 5 or 5 by 5 rather. They're all at parity on those. So let's go back and look. All right, here's AM. Well, and once again, $10.48 stock, right? You've got to see, is there enough premium on an AM to make it worth your while? I don't normally go after these lower price ones. They just happen to be alphabetically what's coming up, right? Nothing on AM at that lower price. So watch. What does show up on here, I have them on my list. I did. I have these guys on my list now. See Halliburton, $24 stock, right? Covered calls, naked puts. I've got higher lows, higher highs, bouncing off of the 8. Did not fail below the 21, which was fantastic. So let's go to Halliburton. Now, once I find one, though, Scott, I stick with it like a dog with a bone. I am on it over and over and over again. I don't change out very easily. I don't know why this didn't come up. Let's try that this way. One more time. Gotta love it when live TV doesn't work. Okay, so there's Halliburton, right? If I look at this week, I'm looking for a 20 delta. I can't get any money out of it for this week, right? If I go for next week, I'm looking for a 20 delta. I can get it's 11 by 20. Again, you're in these lower price positions. On a covered call, when you look at a covered call position, watch. If we bought the stock at, we'll call it 24 to make it easy numbers, we're going to sell the 24 and a half. We're going to take in 31 cents on that trade. All right. So here, let me do this. If you're looking for a way to calculate if the trade is a good trade or not, let me do this. If you go to our website, wealthbuildershq.com, and you go to trading resources, come down to a covered call calculator. So we're looking at, let me do it this way. Okay. So Halliburton, you must enter the stock as 4 digits. Even if it was $1.50, you'd have, or 22 cents, you still need 4 digits there. So 23.95. Right. The short option, we're going to sell the 25th. The strike price we were selling was 24 and a half. Premium we received, I don't remember. 32 cents. 0032. Right? You got to have all 4 digits in there. Okay. So what this shows me is a monthly rate of return of 5.34%. I don't know about you, but I like 5.34% for a month. At 5%, just 5% for a month, how long to get to 72? Well, 10 months is 50%. And then another 4 months after that, you're talking about 14 months to double your account, making 5% a month. But Rob, I got a $2,000 account. I understand. The question was, are there naked puts covered calls that I could trade with a smaller account? Yes. Or that were consistent rather. But I'm showing you smaller account, right? My put on AMC is going down in value. I know, isn't it great? Let's see who said it. So JR, yes, my put is dropping. I sold it. Look up here. It shows my profit. Shows my profit on AMC, the negative where I am short. I sold it at 26 cents, meaning they paid me. If I wanted to get out of this right now, I could get out and make a $10 profit immediately. What if you did 10 of these? What if you did 10 of these? And TradeStation, I think, is 25% margin, right? What if you did 10 of these and you were up $100 right now? $110 because you just won another buck. This is exactly what I want to see happening right now on this position. I want the value of the option to drop. That means the stock is going up. I sold to open. I opened up a new transaction, a new position right out of the box on this where they paid me. I didn't wait to get paid. I get paid upfront on the position. All right, does that make sense, JR? SEC banned the practice of naked short selling in the United States in 2008 after the financial crisis. The ban applies to naked short only and not to other short selling activities. The STBC, I've been selling naked puts all through that. I've been selling naked puts all through it. I don't own the stock. I don't have all the cash in the account per se, and I sell naked puts all the time. You just need the maintenance margin. You have to have an agreement signed with the broker that you're taking on that risk and responsibility, but you can sell naked puts. There's no SEC ban. All right. What's the lowest price to make a trade worthwhile while an expiration in the same week? What price is high? It makes you worried it won't expire worthless. So the way to look at the worthless is the delta. That's where my best opportunity is if I am selling a naked put on Halliburton and I'm selling it for this week and I sell the $26 put. They're telling me basically there's a 100% chance it's going to be in the money. It's going to have cash value. It's going to go against me if I sell that put. If I go here to the $23 put, I'm not getting a lot of money, but it's not the reason for the example. It tells me there's a 14% chance it could go against me. Now, remember, lower price position, right? Go out to next week. Let's go find something under 20. You can make 15 cents on this one. There's an 18% chance of it going against me. My max when I sell a naked put is a delta of 20. Normal naked put. And when I say max, I might go to 21 if the next one below it is 13. I may. But my max, meaning that's really what I'm gauging, is shooting for a 20 delta. That means 8 out of 10 trades will work in my favor. And if I manage them properly, I've got the best chance of being right in that trade. Right? I'm not looking for the high flyer. Don't get me wrong, guys. I am looking at positions that have opportunities for day trades, for swing trades. Here, let's look at a couple of positions that could be. Let's go here. So here, let's do it on this chart instead. I already have all my lines drawn here. Let's take that down so I can make the chart just a little bit bigger for you. You don't need that bar there. Bar is important, just not for today. All right, PANW is one of them on my list. All right, there's my list. All right, actually, my list is on TradeStation already. It's right here. It's just harder to use it because I got to make everything smaller and then bigger again, but it's all here. Covered calls for naked puts, diagonal spreads, naked puts. These are the crazies, which I showed you, the GameStop, the AMC. Here's my day trades. Here's my zero line breakouts, and there's my Anaconda. This is everything I'm looking at today. As we got started here, this is all built. We're talking about them here. As soon as we're done, I will be right in the market looking at opening up some of these positions for myself as well. Right? But if we look at PANW, and I have that down as a directional trade, bullish move, right? Bullish trade. Look what's going on PANW. Well, actually, let's go back to the daily chart first. I've got room. We're bouncing off the 8 moving average. I've got room up to about 373. We're at 365. So I've got $8 move to the upside, right? Which I like. I've got plenty of upside potential on this trade. If I'm wrong, I'm going to be down at about that 357 or so is going to be my stop. All right. So if we look at PANW as a potential option trade, TradeStation doesn't like me on days. Days like right now. All right, there we go. The option chain is just not filling in. Okay. So we've got 20 strike prices, which is normally enough for me to look at. If I am day trading this, I'm buying the shortest possible option I could find. I am going to buy the 360 call if I believe it's going up. Now, here's my biggest problem. 470 by 590. Tremendous bid-ask spread. Can I negotiate? Yes, I can. But here's the problem. Here's the problem. If you got to negotiate going in, you got to negotiate going out. And on a stock like PANW, I'm not sure if I want to negotiate that much. If you're okay with that negotiation, I definitely would not pay that full ask price. I would go for the midpoint, right? So we would click buy on this. And we always go down to 1 for an example purpose. I'd go to the midpoint, and I would look to place that order based on that. It's trading at, I mean, it's $1 bid-ask spread right now. That's a big bid-ask spread on a PANW, right? But that's the one of the setups. They're a little overvalued right now on their option, right? So let's look at Amgen. Amgen. All right. Amgen's got some bearishness to it. Let's see what Amgen looks like. It looks like we can make it down to about 237 on our first target. It's not big premium on that, but then you got another $5 or so down to the next target. We always look for 2 targets on our setup. But let's see if we can't find something a little bit better. Amgen, Alibaba. Oh, I love this. Guys, I do a trade setup called a zero-line breakout. This is one of them. It's on my list for today as a zero-line breakout. It's the first one I had on there. We had a move to the downside, a push up, and I'm looking for a fail. Either you can take the failure intraday, or we're looking at the failure. Wow. All right, we're looking at the failure, either close here and fail tomorrow, or do it happen intraday where it starts to drop now. I like it better, allowing it to set up and push back tomorrow, but there's nothing wrong with doing it today. Here's what we'll do. I'll zoom in on this so it makes it easier for you to see. Okay. So the entry is going to come in right here. Today, tomorrow, all depending on your risk profile, right? This is going to be the entry. So we'll do 1, entry. All right. Entry ends in a Y in most of the English language. There's my entry. All right. My target is going to be about 200. Let's see, 202. About 203 is where I'm going to put my first target at. So I'm going to change this over. Let me delete that one first. So I'm going to change this to 200. And 2. Let's see, 201, it's actually 203. 203 is going to be my first exit. I'm going to make the line medium, and I'm going to make it green. Profit target. That's target 1. Target number 1. That's why I can't see all of it, and I'm not backing up far enough. Okay. Target number 1. Okay, so now that's my first target. My second target is going to be down here at that near that 192 level. So I'll duplicate that line. I'll edit it. So we're going to go about 194.5 is target number 2. Let's just do it over. It'll be easier. So this would be 3. Target number 2. All right, so now both of my targets are in place. All right, my stop is going to be up about 25% above this 211 level-ish. So we're going to set a stop at about 213. I'm going to set this to red. Change the price to 213. And we'll do the same thing with this. We'll put this as number 4. And you can even color code this if you wanted to, so everything lined up. All right. That trade setup. Now let me back it out for you. Let's hit escape first. Okay. All right. So give me the failure off the 211. We're looking at 203. And 194.5 is our 2 targets. If we're wrong, 213 is our stop. All right. This is called a zero line breakout trade. That's because this line we broke out of, this blue line, is the 0 line on the fibs. Right, great Fibonacci in there. Good break of it. It's broke before and failed, as it normally does. That first break usually doesn't work. It's a here kitty kitty. It's just a way to suck you in. Came back up, and now we've got the break now and a retest. But this was a calm break. How did you know on this day, this was earnings, but how do you know on this day to say, oh yeah, it's going down, that the earnings weren't wrong or misinterpreted, or I don't mean the earnings wrong, but the way people interpreted it was wrong, was incorrect, right? That setup, guys, you actually, I send this out 2, 3, 4 times a week. It all depends. Haven't had a lot of them this week with some of the settling of the S&P is doing. We've got a couple of them for tonight. If you go to Trade with Rob, if you guys could drop that link in, tradewithrob/go. Tradewithrob/go. tradewithrob.com/go. Sorry. If you go to this link here, guys, you can register for this. Aaron, can you drop that link in there? Get up on the screen. I will send this video out. There's no charge, guys. I send these out every single week, and we crush it on these trade setups, right? Why? Because we find the right trade setup at the right time. We take our entries and we move from there. We don't take a trade that is not a good trade setup. There you go. Thanks. I appreciate it. I see the link just dropped in. All right, let me go back and cool. Voodoo said, Rob, I just cashed in on the July rut, another 4.65%. This setup prints money, looking to set up the August rut. You the man, brother. Hey, I'm glad it's working for you, Voodoo. Sold. All right, so Banana, if I said it right, Banan Bird sold the $40 put on AMC. Excellent. Good. Jared said, I sold the put yesterday on AMC 55 strike expiring tomorrow. Looking good for now. There you go. And I'm not saying it doesn't work, Jared. You could do the 55s. It doesn't matter. It's if it fits your risk, man, that's the important thing. It's got to fit your risk. So thinking about it, said you're selling one contract on this put, sells for demo purposes. How many contracts would you sell on your own enough to make $300 to $500? And again, it really comes down to management of your trade management, not how much do I make. You can't. So in other words, if my goal is to make $1,000, I don't want to have to use, 400 Ford contracts to be able to do that with. Yet I could do it with, one Apple contract or one Netflix contract or something. To me, it's about risk management. Comes down to dollars. So the first question is how much are you willing to risk in a trade? And that should be somewhere between 2 to 3, maybe 5% of your portfolio should be at risk in a trade, to me, right? I don't risk more than that in any trade that I do. So if I put in 5%, you have $100,000, you're putting $5,000 into your trade. Well, if that means my options cost me $1, I got to buy 50 contracts. If my options cost me $50, I could buy one contract. So it depends to me on what the amount at risk is going to be, not I want to make this. That the want to make is one thing. What is safe is another. Guys, I work with brokerage firms, and one of our goals is to help to teach their clients how to trade successfully. Because if they trade successfully, if you trade successfully, guess what? You're going to keep going back to your broker and you're going to put more trades on, spend more money on commissions over and over and over again, right? The goal behind this is to be in the long game, not a short game, right? So we do it based on the risk profile. Thinking about it, how many days from expiration is the sweet spot gives you the most confidence that it will expire? I sell weeklies only on my position, thinking about it, up to maybe 8 days. Voodoo said, Rob, I want to be able to get the RUT spreadsheet you mentioned a couple of weeks ago. Been busy the last couple of weeks. Could you post how to get it here again? So guys, the email address is support at I can't talk and type. Sorry. wealthbuildershq.com. So support at wealthbuildershq.com. Let me see if I have it on the desktop here. RUT calculator. The trade setup that Voodoo is talking about right now, I put this calculator together for you guys really last week. We don't have a download page. We may have a download page for it now. I wasn't talking Condors today, so I wasn't worried about, I didn't get the address for it. But if you send an email to support at wealthbuildershq.com, we will send you this spreadsheet. It is protected. All you have access to are these 5 yellow fields. That's it. Everything else, the formulas are locked. Not so you don't see the formulas, I could care less. So you don't make a mistake and mess that up and it doesn't work anymore. And now we get the can you help me fix my spreadsheet requests? Yeah. Matthew said, that's my big problem. I use too much of my account at one time. Yep, that's it. Got to be careful. Yeah, I appreciate that, Brad. Hit the like button, guys. You won't get this type of info anywhere else. Guys, listen, I give you 110% every single week on this. All I ask is you follow along with some of the things that we do. Go to tradewithrob.com/go. Register for that free videos. It's 3 to 5 minute videos. Really quick, really short, really sweet. You'll be notified as soon as they go up. Normally they are at night, so you've got time to watch them tonight, getting ready for tomorrow's day. Right? If you want the spreadsheet, I'll be glad to send that to you as well. Just let me know where. Right? Go ahead and do that. Just FYI, we're working on now a live event we're going to be doing in New York. It's going to be a full day event, guys. I think we're going to offer it at $99 for a full day event on how I trade. And that's really just enough to cover the hotel. We're only going to put about 40 people is what we're going to get the hotel for. So I'll let you guys know as we get closer. But if you have an interest, by all means. Yeah, Voodoo said Monday's class, 12 to 1 p.m. We do a live training called Power Hour each and every Monday. It is an amazing, amazing class. Voodoo, yeah, Voodoo's in there every week. Michael's in there every single week. Yep. Let's see. Any other questions I missed in here? Matthew said, thank you for everything you do. I'm very thankful for your time spent teaching everyone. I made a little over $1,800 today with the 4K account. Thanks again. There you go. Matthew, I appreciate that. Thank you for that. Let's see. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything in there. Any big, a lot of little comments. So, oh, you were answering a question. Thanks, Voodoo. I appreciate it. To Scott. Rob has 2025, 2025. He regularly trades. He does them, and he does share them. Rob has a Monday 12. I appreciate it. Guys, I mean, I have no problem. Listen, I can share my list with you. It doesn't make it successful. It just gives you my list, right? I have zero issues sharing it with you. It's yours right now. Get your camera ready. All right. Did you get it? Oh, too late. Sorry. No, I'm kidding. All right. There it is. That's my 20 right there. It is what's on this tracking sheet right here. That one was done yesterday. Here. Since we're talking about those 20, this was last week, guys. This was from Friday's close. So Monday's open, right? Monday's open until yesterday, $12,636. We're up 527 grand in our sim account for the year. For the year. By the way, I have traders that don't trade anywhere near this number of contracts. They take ones. They don't trade. They don't take tens. They take ones. They don't take four. They take one. Here on Adobe, actually Amazon, we did 4 contracts. If you only did one, I was looking for a 10. It's easier math, right? Let's see. So on Roku, we did 10 contracts. If you only did one, instead of 3,100, you would have made 310. That's it. No harm, no foul. And it's not like everything we do wins. We had 2 of these trades went against us. We were down 9 grand, 9,500, 9,600 bucks on those 2 trades. Now, Amazon gave us 13 grand. Roku gave us 3. Google gave us 5. Right? And then you get the little guys. The SPY, we made 700 bucks. I'll take it. I will never complain about 700 bucks at all. At all. Phenomenal potential here. Guys, check out what we do. Follow along with some of what we do. You know, Voodoo said it. We teach on Mondays. We got our own YouTube channel. These are the things we talk about every Monday. Is the same type of stuff I'm doing here. We do the same things in a Monday class. Oh, look at that PANW, baby. Look at it rock. All right, guys, I think we have reached our time. Let me see. There's some new comments in there.
I'm here as well.
Good morning, Spencer. How you doing?
Good morning, Robert. How you doing?
I am fantastic, man. How's the day going for you?
Day's going okay. I'm just doing like what you're doing, just keeping an eye on things, right? What's up, what's down, and looking for volatility. It's been, I wonder, I don't know if you discussed this already. Apologize if you have, but I wonder what the last week or so has been like for you, because it's been quiet out there. Fed notwithstanding, today maybe notwithstanding, it's been a little bit quiet. Volume steadily declining. You know, we're in mid-June here. I'm curious how the you know the VIX is going down steadily. I'm curious how all that's sort of impacting your trading.
On my directional trades, like on this screen here,
yeah,
phenomenal, because I pay less for the option to get in. Doesn't affect the delta move. If the delta is 70, I'm going to get a 70 move.
Okay.
So we've done well on the directionals. I have found that it is a harder game right now to find really good candidates for naked puts and covered calls because the VIX is so low.
Yeah.
You know, being 14, 15, 16, 18, it's tough. But pre-COVID, we were at 10, 11, down to 9-ish, I think. So better than we were there. You can still find them. It just takes a little bit more work to come up with the candidates.
That makes sense. Makes sense. Hopefully the volatility comes back. I mean, this is not told. This is generally a normal trend, right? Volume tends to get lower in the summer months, but hopefully it comes back to us soon because we like
sell it may and go away is the phrase, right?
Yeah, that's that.
I think they're crazy to say things like that, but two years ago, Spencer, our best month which we'd ever had was in August. In our sim account, we were up 220 grand in the month of August.
Okay.
If we go back, maybe too big. You can see COVID spike. This is the VIX. You go back, you could see. Let me get my crosshairs. You know, we were hanging out down here at $12, $11. So we had that lower volatility. You know, I like a little bit more. I like that 18, 20. I'm happy in that range because I get a good offset of what I pay for my options in my directional trades versus what I give up on my my renting positions, my naked puts, my covered calls.
Yeah. All right, guys. Give Robert a like if you haven't already. You should. You should do it at the start of every show. Just show him some love. Show us some
Appreciate
love.
that.
We're at 76 is not good enough. I know we got more people liking it than that. Robert Roy, the link to Trade with Rob can be found in the description of this stream. It's also up on the screen, or will be up on the screen when I bring it up right now. There's TradeWithRob.go, TradeWithRob.com/go. WealthbuildersHQ.com are the two links to Rob's platform. And we will see you next Thursday.
Appreciate it. Spencer, have a great one. Take care, everybody.
Man. You too. All right. It is 10:30. SPACs attack is going to start at around 10:45, 10:50-ish, somewhere in that window. So I thought, well, we could just hop off and have nothing, or I could just stay on with you guys and hang out. And that's what I want to do. I just want to hang out. Not do anything crazy. We'll just hang out and look at what's moving here. I want to start with Akamai. This is the one that was all over my Twitter at 7 a.m. this morning, and we talked about this for a second on pre-market prep. We saw this last week. Fastly had the same sort of issue, an outage causing problems for customers, and they bought the dip immediately. Akamai, same story. You can see that red candle there in the pre-market at like 9:15, but right back up. Basically no change here for Akamai this morning. So even though, and then you know what? Actually, I thought I saw a headline that said, "Oh no, I don't see that they've fixed it yet." I'm on their Twitter and I don't see that they fixed it yet. But regardless, BTFD working again in Akamai. All right, let's see. Chat, what are you watching? This is Benzinga Pro. This is my scanner tool. I helps me keep track of the market during the day. I am watching. None of these names really jump out to me. All right, AMC, not bad. AMC's having a good day. Let's take a look at AMC. Got some heavy volume. Asana's looking at Asana as well in a second. Nice day, AMC. Yeah, some options activity, some call sweeps. What's going on here? Yeah. All right. Someone's buying a lot of options ahead of the expiration. What is it ahead of the expiration tomorrow? No, next week. Okay, good. Nice job, AMC. Back up to $57, almost $58. All right. What about Asana here? You guys see that one today? They had some insider buying, right? Yeah, look at all these insider buys last night. How many insider buys we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 insider buys in Asana last night. Stock's up 7% today on some nice volume. And I'm also looking at Danaher, right? DHR. They bought Aldevron. Normally, the market tends to hit stocks when they're doing acquiring, when they're buying somebody. Danaher's buying Aldevron for $9.6 billion. But I think in this case, they like the fact that it gives the company that they're buying Aldevron gives them mRNA and DNA capabilities. So the market likes this deal for Danaher, up 3.8% on some nice volume this morning. Andres Ramirez is watching iSun. Is it moving with I meant to talk Tan. Whoa, what's going on there? Okay, let's read these headlines here together. Selected to provide its solar-powered EV charging stations. 2 days in a row, we've had an EV charging station headline. Not from iSun. Yesterday was crap, guys. What was yesterday? It was Phoenix, right? All right. So they won a bid, and they're gonna basically they won a $2 million contract. Okay. They won a $2 million contract. Yeah. I don't know about this one long term. Short term, this if you're not in it now, you probably missed the move. If you're in it now and you're holding, this will not make me feel good, right? So this is a 2-day chart. Andres Ramirez says he sold. Good trade, my man. Good trade. Got in yesterday. Andres, what'd you know, man? What'd you know? And who told you? No, I'm just kidding. Wow, nice move. What was the one yesterday, guys? God, it was like Phoenix something, but that wasn't the ticker. That wasn't the ticker. What's the damn, can't do or whatever. Caterpillar. Oh God. It stopped going down for a couple days, right? Just resume here. You know what? Let's just for fun. Let's just look at let's just look at like Caterpillar's peers, right? So what's that? Honeywell? How are they doing? All right, down today. All right, Deere, how you doing? Down. Let's just even zoom out if we can. Okay. Industrials, how you doing? XLI. Down. All right, let's see if we can find something here in Caterpillar. It is underperforming the whole sector, which you don't want to see. So it's got some relative weakness here. This thing just can't seem to stop going. Oh man, look at the year-to-date chart. This is a daily in Caterpillar. Does not inspire a lot of confidence, but as long as you bought it, before March, you're sitting on some heavy profits. I don't know why. You know what? This is interesting because so we've got some rotate. We always talk about rotation, right? I always my general sense is that I trust flows. I subscribe to the theory of flows over pros, right? What that means is that fund flows, reallocation, that sort of thing can drive price more than like professional traders during the day from 9:30 to 4 o'clock. Right after hours, pre-market, different story. But during the day, I generally get the sense that it's flows and computers before pros. And so this is just, to me, feels like an unwinding of the industrial trade, right? Because it's not just Caterpillar. You look at the XLI, the whole sector is down. It's been going down, right? You look at John Deere, down. Honeywell, down. All of its peers are down. So it's not unique to Caterpillar. And Caterpillar trades with a higher beta because look at stock on the way up, right? It had an exceptional few months. So I'm curious why. I don't know why it's going down. Okay, straight up, I do not know why. But I'm guessing in it's just some sector rotation. So you just have to know that for the moment, we're not buying dips in Caterpillar. We're selling rips. That's what we're doing. Do I know why wouldn't allow you to buy or sell an IPO? Or did it open yet? Yes, it did. No, I wouldn't know that. That's a really good question. I don't know, Nick. I mean, if it's already opened, which clearly it has, because we have candles. So if it's already opened, then I assume you mean after the opening, right? Not beforehand. Then I don't know. Bill Big D closed out Nvidia, but he's still long, so made a trade there. Nice. Oh my god, Nvidia. Every time I look at this thing, it's higher. It seems like, right? Look at this thing. Year to date, 1 year. Oh my god. Why don't I just buy this stock and forget I own it? That's what I should do. Nate Millar likes AZRE. See, this is why I like hanging out with you guys. This is not one that I know. I don't know this one. They got an upgrade this morning, or not an upgrade. Barclays maintained their price target, but maintained their overweight rating, but lowered their price target to 37. Stock's up 5% today. I don't know this one, but the fact that you know it, puts it on my radar. Why do you like it, Nate? I'm just kidding, because this is not one that I'm familiar with. They had earnings last week, right? No, this week. Earnings a couple days ago. Losses widening. Their sales were missed, but how do their sales compare year over year? Let's just see. Make me refresh. All right, I'm gonna refresh here. There we go. Sales Q4. All right, so they increased year over year, but it looks like by a declining rate, right? If you look at Q4, just the blue, 41 million in Q4 2019, 48 million in Q4 20, 58 million Q4 21. Maybe constant rate of change. Okay. So Nick, solar energy. You like solar? Here we go. I mean, somebody mentioned TAN this morning. TAN is on the move. TAN is clearly on. Oh yeah, look at that. Broke above 80. Yeah. I could get sold on this. This is a high flyer. Goes up a lot, goes down a lot. Look at TAN over the last 5 years. This thing is insane. Well, last year kind of puts everything else and makes it feel like nothing, but trust me, prior to last year, TAN was volatile. Wow. I could get into that. Q's at an all-time high. Yep. What else is new? God, look at the NASDAQ today. Let's look at Jesus. God damn. What is going on? Who's driving it? Is it Apple's up? All big tech, right? Amazon a little bit. How's Netflix doing? Okay. How's Microsoft? God, look at the Qs. Insanity. After all that hullabaloo, right? All the hullabaloo, and we definitely have had bouts of bearishness on our show. It's kind of hard not to sometimes, but God, you can't stop it. You can't stop it. Like, right, we were definitely concerned, right, a month ago, for sure. We got down below 320 in the Qs. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. That's every dip is a dip to buy. What can you say? What can you really say? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, SPAC's attack is going to start in a couple of minutes, and I don't want to encroach on them. So let's just say, oh, they're going to start at 10:50. Okay, cool. We got a few minutes to hang. Speaking of solar, okay, we'll look at Sunrun. How are we doing? Again? Okay. Why Sunrun shares are moving higher today? Let's scroll down if we can. Here we go. Trading higher. Movement appears to be related to an analyst rating from Morgan Stanley on Wednesday. Yeah, we knew that. All right, it's got momentum behind it now. Here's a 1 month chart. Go to a 3 month chart. It's got Momo behind it now. Yeah. All right, hold on for dear life. It's my advice on Sunrun. Come on, come here, soul. Whatever, however you pronounce that. Look, I get it. You want your stock to go up, all right? We all want our stocks to go up, but don't be a pumper. It's lame, right? It's just lame. Everyone who's out there pumping GameStop and AMC and all these, you're no different than everyone else pumping their stocks. You're no different. We all want our stocks to go up, all right? But posting about it is not going to get anyone to buy it. That's just my thoughts. All right, keeping an eye on what's moving. Oh, what's up with Twilio here? Is that just moving with tech? Is it all of tech? Let's look at Twilio. What else should we look at here? How's Roku doing? Yeah, 2.5%. Wait, let's zoom in. All right. Good day for Roku. How's staying home? Good day for Zoom. Good day for Teladoc. Yeah. Good day for tech. Let's see. Value tech. Even value tech. Salesforce. Even Intel. Good day for tech today. Wow. We saw NVIDIA. What about AMD? That's AMC. AMD. There we go. Nice. 4%. All right. Here's the headline we have. Trading higher after the company and Google Cloud announced T2D, the first instance of the new family of the Tau virtual machines powered by third generation AMD EPYC processors. Again, this is, I think, just moving with the overall tech sector because all of tech. Is any tech down today, guys? Is there any tech that's down? Probably. There's always one or more than one. Let's keep looking at. I bet you there's some value ones that are down, right? Is HP? All right, there's value. When in doubt, go look at value tech. That's why I looked at Salesforce first and Intel. All right, HP is down. There's always one. How's Oracle after their earnings report? Quiet, very quiet. Nate made $200 on AMC and then got out. Nate, I'm with you, man. Right, Oracle was on Tuesday. Right. Okay. Sorry. Right. Nate, I'm with you, man. I can't take being up 1,000%. Can't sleep at night. Let me just make sure. Hey, if you guys haven't already, check out the Benzinga Pro Options Mentorship Plan. We just had an entire hour about options trading. If that wasn't enough for you, click on that link I just put in chat. It's the coupon code. Summer sale will get 70% off your first month. Link in chat, code in chat. There we go. Benzinga Pro Options Mentorship Plan. What else here? Twilio. We looked at what's moving down here. UONE. That's just pure. It's garbage manipulation. BS. Oh man, these Chinese education stocks continuing to fall. Right, there was that headline about regulation yesterday or the day before, right? So TAL, EDU, all these things continuing to drop again today. You know, if Kenny Glick were here, he would say EDU has a date with $5. TAL has a date with 20. Yeah. CCIV, is that moving higher? Yeah. Well, no, not really. You know what I mean? I mean, if you got the Qs up almost basically 1% today, and your CCIV is here, how's like the rest of the space doing? Let's look at Neo. Right. Like Neo's up 3.5%, right? Tesla up 1.1%, right? CCIV can't wait. Here, it's Ride. I bet your Ride's up. Dude, Ride's up. If Ride is, oh my God. Ride, Workhorse is up 2.8%. And your CCIV is up, what is it? 0.8%, 0.75%? That's underperforming. Okay. That's what that means. Also, didn't Ride postpone their analyst day? I think I saw that. All right. I will let Luke know. He wants. All right, Nate Millar. I will let Luke know you want to know about solar stocks today. If it were me, honestly, like if I wanted to own solar, I would just close my eyes and buy tan. That's my. But you guys know that's my style. How's FSLR? FSLR. Yeah. Good day. What about CSIQ? Good day. JKS. All of them, right? All of them running. Oh wait, it's 10:50. Oh man. Okay. It's 10:50. Time flies when we're having fun. I hope you guys enjoyed just hanging out. I like doing this. It's fun for me. We got SPAC's attack up next, though, so I'm going to hop off. I don't want to encroach. I know they're going to start a few minutes early. Guys, if you haven't already, drop us a like. I appreciate that. Please remember all the information from our show, from all of our shows, meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. Here, you know what? Actually, rather than do the scrolling thing, here is a disclaimer. Boom. There we go. There's that. All right, everyone, have a good rest of your day. SPAC's attack starting right now. I'll see you guys a little bit later. Eventually.